Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Mayor Tyler Moore Show here on the Kokomo Post, partner with Robert Miller and Son Furniture. My name is Drew Larison. This is MTM. Mr. Mayor, how are you?
I'm super. How are you?
I'm dandy.
Excellent.
It's been a good Monday so far.
And we were just commenting the last Monday in June, the last day in June.
Yeah, June is.
What in the world happened to this month?
That's been a blur. Yeah. Did you do anything fun this weekend?
Kind of. So I spent a few days in Troy, Ohio, down at Hobart Institute of Technology, bringing our youngest son back from Hobart. Way to go, O. Way to kill it over there and come back. So now he's going to take a few weeks before he starts adulting as a 19-year-old, which is still crazy. Yeah, so we moved all of his stuff back, and I'm glad he's taken a couple weeks because he's got some serious unpacking and organizing to do and some detailing to the car. I mean, it's good to have him home. It's good to have him home.
Love it. How's the baby?
Oh, awesome. He got to spend the weekend up in Hillsdale with his other grandparents, the not so favorite ones. I'm just kidding. I say that. They're not going to hear the post.
Let it begin.
I know, right? But no, so yeah. So my son-in-law's siblings also had babies recently, and so the three new babies were all together for the weekend. And I mean, they're too young to really interact, but sure. First gathering. So yes, that was nice, and had a wedding down in Carmel yesterday.
So you did have an eventful weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, I had the opposite of that. I did like nothing. It was great.
Good for you. Sometimes those are the best.
Such a good weekend. Yeah, it's just a classic weekend in summer. So speaking of summer, kick off your summer this June, which last day of this. Right. Tomorrow's July 1st, so get in there tonight. Kick off your summer with June with huge savings at Robert Miller and Son. Take 25% off store-wide, plus enjoy an extra 5% off when you pay with cash.
Wow, is that all?
No, it's not. What? And to celebrate American craftsmanship, take another 5% off.
Get out.
All furniture made here in the U.S. of
America.
Whether that's upgrading your living room or your patio, now's the perfect time to refresh your home with quality American crafted furniture. Our knowledgeable team is here to help you find just what you need this summer. Visit our Kokomo showroom today. These summer savings won't last long. And they're not joking because
that's right. Midnight
tonight, they're done.
They're done.
So they really won't last long because they're done today. What's going on at City Hall this week?
Some unexpected repairs. So those that have been down in the downtown area, that small stretch of Washington between Superior and Sycamore was not planned. In the wee hours of yesterday morning, there was a water main break. And again, not anybody's fault necessarily, but even though water is provided within the city of Kokomo, it's not city services. And so we were working with Indiana American Water, identify the issue. And so they're scrambling. Kudos to Indiana American Water for getting out yesterday and doing it. Our engineering, wastewater, and street for getting on top of it a little bit last night, but today, and we'll continue tomorrow and Wednesday to do the same, to try and get that cleaned up and repaired and put back into place. Hopefully by the weekend. They were realizing that the Haynes-Apperson is this weekend, and there'd be a lot of foot traffic, across Washington and such, as well as car traffic. Wanted to get that done. May not happen. Got to rely on E&B paving to come and help with some of that, with the extensiveness that needed to be done and to get down where they needed to. But team effort. Hopefully they'll make that happen. Outside of that, just continuing the last stretch through the city, picking up some limbs before we focus solely on street repaving and those other services and such. But the splash pad still not open. Sorry, folks. Down at Jackson Morrow Park, the one at North Main Street, Berryman Park, is up and operational and active, but still, again, waiting to get the work completed down around Jackson Morrow to get water to that along Pipeline Drive. But in that area as well, tomorrow, 4 o'clock, out at just across from Jackson Morrow Park, next to the former only skate park in town. There off of Webster. There's an Eagle Scout project that was the most recent dog park added to the parks in town, done by Lucas Pitzer, an Eagle Scout here in the area, and we're doing an official ribbon cutting with Mr. Pitzer and his family and friends and the park board and such at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So folks are down and around that area, Jackson, tomorrow, want to hop over and congratulate Mr. Pitzer and celebrate the official ribbon cutting of his Eagle Scout dog park project. You're welcome to, even though it's seen all kinds of activity since then. So a little bit of fun leading into the Haynes-Apperson this weekend.
Love that. Very cool. Summer in Kokomo is happening. We got road construction. We got festivals. We got, unexpected water main breaks.
Yep.
It's just part of the fun.
Wednesday, 10 o'clock at the Board of Works meeting, we're going to announce the new ownership of the Kokomo Collegiate Summer Baseball Program.
So it's official. We're announcing it in 2 days.
We're announcing it in 2 days.
And we can't just do it early.
No, because there's still the chance that the Board of Works could vote it down.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Do they hate baseball?
I don't think so.
Bunch of haters on that Board of Works board.
So.
Board of Works board. That's redundant.
Board of Works board.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting because we did have a few questions about that too. So
good.
There you go. Love it. Okay. Well, before we get into the Ask the Mayor segment, want to give a shout out to Best Price Fireworks for being an ad read real quick for them. Best Price Fireworks is here to help you make your 4th of July unforgettable, which is, by the way, Friday. 4th of July.
Right.
Wild. With 2 convenient Kokomo locations on 931 beside Buffalo Wild Wings and Chuck E. Cheese, and at 413 East Center Road in the Gabe's Pizza Plaza, Best Price Fireworks offers the best selection at the best prices all right here in your hometown. Whether you're lighting up the sky for the first time or you're a seasoned fireworks pro, you'll find everything you need to make your celebration shine, from classic sparklers to jaw-dropping grand finales. Locally owned and operated, Best Price Fireworks takes pride in offering great value, unbeatable variety, and friendly service to help you celebrate safely and memorably. Want to go really big this year? Head over to the Kokomo Post Facebook page and enter to win a $500 worth of fireworks gift card. Just look for the Best Price Fireworks post, follow the easy steps, and the winner will be announced on July 4th, this Friday. Get the best bang for your buck only at Best Price. Only at Best Price Fireworks. Did it. I tell you what, there is something about fireworks because we got home. Oh, where'd we go? Maybe just out to eat or something like that Saturday night. And I don't know, I'm a big Disney person.
Right.
Like Disney talks about like sight lines a lot. Like there's a lot of like certain sight lines in the Disney parks where if you look a certain way, it's got this cool view, and maybe like the monorail passes perfectly right at that time. And so we pulled into our driveway and I had like this perfect sight line, and I can't make it up. Literally right when I turn and I look, this beautiful sight line between trees, homes, all the things in urban, Kokomo, this giant firework explodes. And it was literally out of a movie. Like there's just something about fireworks that is just magical, and especially when you're not expecting them.
Yes.
It's either magical and it's beautiful like it was, or terrifying, because when you're not expecting a firework,
if you're
and it goes off,
in the middle of it,
can go either way.
And it rumbles your innards.
I tell you one thing, I love fireworks. I have no interest in setting them off myself, though. That's too much. I like my hands.
Right.
My hands are handy. They do things for me. I use them daily. I don't want to lose any of them digits. So maybe find like some fireworks shows, or if you're a fireworks pro, go over to Best Price Fireworks and get some this summer. But it was just crazy. We pulled into our driveway and just this beautiful, perfect sight line. And all of us in the car were like, oh, like all of us had the same reaction. Oh, we went and saw a new movie. We're coming home from Elio.
Oh, yeah?
So good.
Really?
One of the best Pixar movies I've seen in a long time.
That's
highly
crazy
recommend.
Because all other indications indicate that it's not. It didn't have a great opening week, and I mean,
I don't know. People are wrong, I guess, because I'm right.
Maybe it's just because they didn't want to go to the movies.
I don't know, but it was so good.
Because Pixar usually doesn't
knocks it out of the
park, do anything wrong. So yeah, I was surprised to hear some of the reviews of that initially. So it's good to hear that it's good.
Like the concept was hilarious. It's about this kid who never feels like home is home for him. He never finds a friend group, and he had some of course it's a Disney movie. His parents die in the beginning, so of course. But
Spoiler alert.
Oh come on, watch the trailer. Watch the trailer, and that part. Good. Also, it's Disney. It's expected. But he always has this dream of
same fate as Star-Lord, you Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm telling you, name the movie. There's so many. but he like had this dream of being abducted by aliens because they would take him to their home and maybe that would be home for him. Like it's a really cool concept.
Okay.
My kids love it. Really great movie.
I'll have to check it out.
All right, let's get into the questions for today. The first one is from Angie Smith.
Hey, Angie.
Why did you insist on building a convention center / hotel space within spitting distance of a middle school? Will there be extra police presence once open to ensure that no students are compromised? Angie on Facebook.
For starters, I didn't choose to build the hotel and conference center on that site. That had been in the works for a number of years. Yes, I was on the county government and supported the initiatives of having that downtown, but being that close to a middle school, there will probably be a security presence on the premises. It's right across the street from City Hall, and so there will be those opportunities. There's an active SRO or a student resource officer hired from the Kokomo Police Department by Kokomo School Corporation that is always out when students are coming and going. And so I think with the increased patrols downtown that have helped with some of the vagrancy problems, that will continue to occur. And so I think a lot of what we've done will help secure not only that investment by SSG and the Convention Visitors Bureau and local authorities, but we'll still continue to provide the same security measures that the students deserve from all visitors that have worked their way in. I mean, obviously the public transit system, transit office is right across the street from the school as well. But yeah, I think the proximity of the police department will help deter anything that may work its way in. So looking forward to having that open and what it will offer to Kokomo.
Love to see the progress of we're moving up over there. It's really cool to see. Next question is from Byron on Facebook. I'm checking in for our friend, the Orange Barrel at Osage and Berkeley. Yes, Mayor, there is a drain there, buckled sidewalk. Any word on when the repair begins? It's been 2 years that barrel has been there. First off, how has nobody stolen that barrel in 2 years? That's kind of the more impressive thing.
I'll find out.
Byron was
Osage,
a few weeks ago. He mentioned his friend, the barrel. I think he named him, if I remember right.
Might have, yeah. I'll check because I know there's a number of those unfortunate situations around town. And as I understand it, when the storm grates are placed in those areas or when they have been in the past, for whatever reason, the foundation of the storm grate itself was not done in a manner that was as sustainable as they are now being made now. And because there's so many, our crews are getting around to them. So I will find out and hopefully bump that one up on the priority list, especially since it's been brought up and that it's in close proximity to the school. So hopefully have that done before school starts back up.
Gotcha. Next question is from Roger on Facebook. Hey, Roger. I find YouTube videos about urban planning very interesting. One recent video I watched was regarding traffic studies. How does the city use traffic studies to determine its road projects? Is there one big model that shows the areas of the city that need attention? And with the reconfigure of Jefferson and Washington, I hope that road diets will still be used in some areas in Kokomo where pedestrian safety is a concern. Roger on Facebook.
Yeah, in fact, we just conducted a traffic survey that was funded by the FTA.
Which the FTA is
the Federal Trade Administration. And so that shows traffic patterns in intersections that may need addressed either with additional stops or in one of the cases, and kind of supports what NDOT's doing, the crossover at Vale Avenue across 931. It's our understanding that they're closing that off soon. So that looked at the safety on intersections and what needed to be addressed there. But as for street projects and such, we have seasonal workers that come in every May, June, and they run an assessment of all the streets in town. So they basically and literally drive and spend time on every street, not necessarily alleyways. I mean, a few alleyways, but every street in town, gives it a classification, and then those classifications are prioritized. And depending on the recency within which work was done on that particular road determines whether or not additional work needs to be done. And so that scoring system is what helps us determine what street projects, paving wise, we do either on the streets or in the alleyways ourselves with our departments, or which ones need greater attention that then become subject to our community crossings grant applications, or projects that are given to the municipal planning organization, which is the coordinating council. It's a city-county conglomeration that receives funds for projects like, it's going to be Goyer Road's one of those, Berkeley Road. I think Alto is also one of those. I mean, so some of the larger ones that take more money, because believe it or not, I mean, it takes a lot of money just to repave, because you just don't want to throw asphalt down. You got to mill it up to take some of that surface off and then put it down. And so time and effort goes into that, which is why it's so frustrating that we aren't able to do more paving because of the lack of time, lack of available asphalt, and just Mother Nature as well, weather permitting, on doing a lot of things too. So I get folks get frustrated, but yeah, it's just part of that rating process to help us determine that.
Gotcha. Roger, if you're watching, you probably just nerded out like so hard at just hearing about the process of all these things. If you're like casually watching city planning and traffic videos on YouTube, you found your passion there. Mm-hmm. Next question is from Tiffany on Facebook. Can the city start using Waze maps or a similar application to update street closures? It would be nice for a central map of closures like NDOT has. Facebook updates are nice, but not everyone is checking the city Facebook daily. Plus, when construction runs over the time listed, it would be helpful to still see the roads that are still closed.
Got it. We can look into that. I'm not familiar with the software that she's talking about, Waze. Yeah. So, we can look into that. But yeah, I mean, our team does a great job of putting notices on social media to try and get that out.
Actually, how does Google Maps know about road closure? Is that something the city reports to Google or Apple Maps? I've never thought about that.
Either the city might, or I know when you're traveling, if you come up on an accident or something, you report something. Yeah. So maybe that's part of it too. People just say,
yeah, but where's like the liability with that? You can't just go around saying like road closed. And like every road would be. That's interesting. I've never thought about that.
So it's called Waze. Okay.
Waze, W-Z. Yeah, I've heard it. It's another map app. Like some people use it instead of Google Maps or Apple Maps or something like that.
Okay.
But also, I've never thought about how Google and Apple apps know about road closures, because then you go to another way.
So it shows, once roads are closed, it shows which ones are still closed or when they're open back up. Is that what she's saying?
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, she's saying NDOT has something like that for like a highway system. So I wonder if there's something similar.
It's easier if there's something that, I'll have to look into it.
Next question is from Sheena on Facebook. Traffic lights at Jefferson and Dixon. Can someone check that the delay is correct? Often see people run the light north and south after it's switched green for me going east or west. Or maybe there's just a bunch of criminals out there running lights.
I was going to say, if they're, she's saying when she's running east and west, people are blowing through it.
Yeah.
When she gets, I mean, that's unfortunately Dixon Road being 4 lanes. I mean, from practically Alto up to Judson, it's crazy. I mean, there's not enough. I mean, there's enough brakes in there, but not enough to try and slow folks down. And talking about the gentleman that mentioned something that hopefully road diets are still used. I mean, with the amount of truck traffic used on the west side, with IMI being down the way and Kokomo grain up the other way. And so, I mean, that's, a major thoroughfare for larger traffic on the east, or on the west side. But we can definitely look at the timing on those. It may just be that, like you said, people are scrambling and rushing and heading north and south and just blowing through, thinking that the light's pink instead of green.
Next question is from Kathy, also on Facebook. Since Kokomo purchased property along 50 East, now Sparks Road, for future development, why don't they have to mow the property like everyone else does? Growth near road is now tall enough that it's growing out into the east lane. Is that the city or is that?
I don't know. I'll have to check because I mean the city doesn't own ground out there. I know the IEDC has owned some. Now we may have purchased some right of ways, but yeah, if there's areas out along 50 East or Sparks Road or whatever, we'll definitely get some crews out there to take a look. Yeah, if it's in the easement along the street, then it could be ours. But a lot of those too are privately owned. Whether there's development on it or not, that they would be responsible for. But we'll definitely have code enforcement right out there and check it out.
Am I in the right spot?
You're out that direction, yeah.
Okay. I'll do some research, but we'll move on to the next question.
But yeah, we'll look at. I make calls to code enforcement and say, hey, I think this is one of our parcels. Can you have somebody go out or notify our street department or parks or whoever it may be that handles the maintenance on various parcels? We divide it all up.
Okay. Let me see here. Next question is from Keith on Facebook. 100 East off of Center Road is so messed up they had to put a sign out saying rough road. When can we get that fixed?
There's going to, I think we talked about this last show or even the show before. There's going to be some work done. So what needs to be done out there is more extensive and will take more money than what we've allotted for yet this year. However, there is going to be some work done to 100 East yet this year before we can then allot an additional amount to do it right. So yes, I mean the sign was put out there to indicate folks that it is a little rough, but the small handful that use it all the time already know. But yeah, there should be a little bit of love given it to ease some of the pain out there for the summer. But then again, hopefully trying to work that into some of the larger funding items that it will take to truly do that road correctly.
Okay. Next question is Rhett on Facebook. Hey. When are they going to clean the alley in the 1000 East Jefferson Street block? It's been 3 months waiting. Trees, branches, leaves. Rhett on Facebook.
The alley in the
1000 East.
1000 East
Jefferson.
Off of Jefferson. Okay. I'll find out. Don't know. But that's good to know that there's issues.
You said they're still wrapping that up though, right?
I'm not sure. I mean,
okay.
1000 block.
Well, just in general, you said the city is still going around finishing up leaf and branch collection.
Right, yeah. But I think he's talking about because I've been down some to where, I mean, again with the temperatures and with as much rain as we've got, a lot of things grow up the backside of folks' garages that line the alleyways, and so they hang into the alleyways and brush trucks and cars and everything as they come through. And so unfortunately, the homeowners themselves don't maintain those on the back sides of their properties and just assume that it's the city's, but the city does come through and trim a lot of that back. So we'll just have to get out and see if that's something that we can work in, if it's creating too much of a safety hazard.
Okay. Gotcha. Next question is from Phyllis on Facebook. Not a question, just saying we need to lower the speed limit on Highway 26 between 31 and 931. This area used to be more rural, but is frequently traveled and has many churches and turnoffs.
Okay. We can send that on to NDOT because NDOT determines, has authority over State Road 26. And I know some of those areas, I think it is pretty much 55 on the west side of 931 and 45 on the east side of 931, but even lower in the that signs only keep the honest and not to say that it's not justifiable, but yeah, with the amount of churches and residential areas, it would be nice to see that a lot slower through there. But I think the light there at Park Road there at the church has helped as well. outside of people racing between lights on there, just like they do on Dixon.
Yeah.
But
next question is from Melinda on Facebook. Was wondering if next winter if they can actually clean the roads off on the side streets that we have. Was wondering if next winter if they can actually clean the roads off on the side streets that we have. I've seen 3 snow trucks driving every time, 3 in a row down the same street, Markland to be exact. And why? Why 3 down the exact same road right after each other? What is the purpose of this? Just curious, honestly. I mean, they could be driving to another place to snowplow.
Well, and it's traffic patterns. I mean, unfortunately, and this is something we've talked about year after year, the main roads or the tertiary roads and such, that only, have lower amounts of traffic on that, those that are traveled or have the highest traffic counts on those are the ones that get addressed first, and sometimes the second time before they get to some of the tertiary roads or even cul-de-sacs and such, which is unfortunate. But like you said, they may be going to other major arterials as opposed to secondaries or tertiaries, but try to get to those as best we can, and as it permits, then get to those side ones.
Gotcha. Question from our buddy Chris on Facebook. Okay. Question for the mayor.
Hey.
Will they have a new mascot for the new baseball team that's coming?
They will. Yes, and so after Wednesday's announcement, the process will then begin. We'll finalize the agreement with that new owner, and then we plan on maybe selecting about 4 different potential mascots, and then sending that out and letting the community decide what they would like to see, as opposed to just going with a single one. So that's our thought now, is to, instead of just going, hey, everybody give us some, and then narrow it down and say, okay, these are the 4 that we've kind of thought of, and then let the community decide, and we'll go from there. So more details coming.
Love that. Very cool.
Yeah.
Next question is from Howard on Facebook. Hey. When are we getting a theme park? Think big.
Theme park. Think big. I don't know. I guess it may depend on when a theme park would want to potentially land in Kokomo, and if there's space available for any particular theme park. But we'd be happy to entertain the idea of that if a theme park owner or developer would be interested. It's nothing that I'm interested in as the city, developing and maintaining and managing. So
seems like a lot.
It might be a lot.
I think Torrey Rowe would be mad with you.
He would, I mean, he gets a little bothered just adding one small park. I can imagine a theme park.
Did you see? I'm a Disney nerd, which means I also follow like all the things Universal does, like down in Orlando too.
Cool.
Did you see they're bringing a seasonal Halloween Horror Nights park to Chicago?
No. To Chicago?
To like around the
Very
north
cool.
end. I don't know the specific location, but if you guys don't know, so Disney obviously does iconic like Halloween events, but they're definitely more family friendly. You're not going to like leave freaked out.
Orlando does the exact one?
Yes.
Because I remember, didn't there used to be an indoor Disney theme park in Chicago? So I wonder if they still own that building and that's where they're putting it.
Universal's doing it. Disney.
Universal. Oh, Universal.
Yeah, so because Universal does the opposite of Disney when it comes to Halloween. They go like, they want you to be terrified. Like it's called Halloween Horror Nights, I think is what they call it, right? But like they have like multiple different haunted houses you walk through. It's like, it's a giant experience.
Cool.
But they're bringing it to the Midwest for the first time.
Very cool.
And I want to go. Aaron is not a fan of horror like I am. I love being scared, the adrenaline of it. I love it so much. Like I casually watch scary movies. I probably need to talk to a therapist about that. But like I am super pumped for that. So go up to Chicago.
It's probably good for the heart. I mean, I
think so.
With
it's also like I've come kind of numb to scary movies.
Yeah.
Like I just respect them because I mean, obviously, it's fake, right? Like you're watching a movie, and yet it still has the power to freak you out.
Oh, I know.
I respect it. So
awesome.
If you're a big fan of Halloween Horror Nights down in Orlando, Now it's just like a 3-hour drive up to Chicago. I think it could be cool. Coming to the Midwest. Next question is from Lori on Facebook. Yep. We need to find a place where people who are over 50 can meet and talk and get to know each other and play games. Not the senior citizen building. It's okay, but we need another place as well. Lori on Facebook.
I mean, not to give plugs to any particular business, but I know Sun King, has games and such, and both indoor and outdoor. So, I mean, that would be a great place. I mean, any establishment. Coterie has trivia nights. I think a few other establishments have trivia nights. I mean, so there's events at various bars and restaurants and such that offer that. But yeah, I mean, there's a few there. I mean, they're just not organized, advertised outside of trivia nights and such. But I think there's
some stuff to do.
Yeah.
Next question is from Brooke on Facebook. Are we getting a skating rink or more kid places? When is the new splash pad opening? Multiple questions here. What are we doing to help the Humane Society with their abundance of animals? They keep getting dropped off and they are overfilled. Let's handle these one at a time, Brooke.
Okay.
Are we getting a skating rink or something more for kids?
Not at this time. I know there's been talk about a skating rink. The city doesn't have anything planned, but again, like any other development, whether it's a skating rink, whether it's a trampoline park, whether it's a children's museum, whether it's a restaurant or something, the city's always poised to meet with and assist in any way that we're able to support a development like that. I know there's been talk about a desire for a children's museum for things for the kids to do both inside and out, or I guess year round. So I wouldn't totally put that off the docket yet, because there's always still that possibility. But again, with everything that goes in, if it's owned by the city or by the county, or if there's a nonprofit or something, there's always the sustainability aspect of that. What were the other ones?
Next question is, when is the new splash pad opening?
Splash pad, so probably, unfortunately, August, before kids head back to school. Again, we were down on the priority list for the contractor to come in and get the water service rundown pipeline to get water to the splash pad. So that was slow rolling. So I apologize that we didn't get that done sooner. And what was the last one?
Humane Society.
Humane Society.
What are we doing to help the Humane Society with their abundance of animals? They keep getting dropped off and they are overfilled.
Yeah, it's just I know they have events where they try to do that. I mean, both the city and county fund and subsidize the Humane Society in their efforts, so they don't have to rely on more funding. But outside of that, it would just probably be another capital campaign to enlarge the facility in order to house more, which they may or may not want to do because they, as she mentioned, struggle with the animals that they receive anyhow, and getting paid staff or volunteer staff in. With the amount of funding that they do receive. And so any efforts that we can, maybe it's education by the community or to the community to better take care of pets, or have a greater desire to hold on to pets and keep pets as opposed to just dropping them off at the Humane Society. But because they're a no-kill shelter, they obviously can't reduce the population by elimination. So they do the best they can with the confines that they've got.
Gotcha. This is not a question.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm flattered.
Oh.
Linda on Facebook says, this show is not long enough.
Aw.
She wants us to rant more.
Apparently. We most likely could.
Probably could. We could go Joe Rogan on this thing and do like 3-hour episodes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That'd be interesting. That's all she said. That's all it is. Ryan on live chat. What about the water display at City Hall, the fountain out there?
Yeah, so that's been slow roll too. Because the jets are on a software or electronic, for patterns and random stuff and everything. There's software that needs to be updated, to that. That our building superintendent has slowly been getting to. to try and get someone in-house to do so. That's where that stands. I mean, it's also with a lot of the work that's being done out front of City Hall, we were hesitant because we had some the concrete redone, and now we're working on the entrance that side. And so to avoid having more individuals in and around where work's being done, we're slow rolling the fountain at this point to reduce liability.
Gotcha. Okay. And the last question from Jamie on live chat. Could we move the Kokomo Farmer? It's a big question, by the way. And I hope you're still watching, Jamie. Could we move the Kokomo Farmers Market to the Jackrabbit Stadium? Which, by the way, are we going to like Deer Creek it and always call it Jackrabbit Stadium?
Probably.
We're just going to keep that for like forever. We could put vendors at the top and then have games going down on the field for the kids. It would help draw people to such a beautiful stadium. Also, this would empower more vendors to set up. The Kokomo Farmers Market requires such a high liability for vendors, causing so many local. Oh, hold on. I think I cut off the copy and paste. Such a high liability for vendors, causing so many local vendors to not set up. Also, it would, I think maybe liability insurance is what that means. I didn't know about that. Also, it would empower CEO kids to set their businesses up at the stadium. Interesting. Jamie on live chat.
Something to consider. I mean, I know having Municipal Stadium as a satellite site for additional tournament games is a must because that does then generate revenue for the city to go back into the stadium itself. But I never say never. I mean, that's still an opportunity. Maybe not every weekend, but maybe the first Saturday of the month or one weekend of the month during the summer, have the farmers market there. I know having folks set up there, if there's the need for power, it's limited there, and having things available down on the field, there's limitations with that as well. I mean, I know we've got the ice skating rink down there that they run power and things too. So there's definitely a possibility. I mean, we're hoping that this new owner moving forward will find opportunities such as that to use the stadium for more than just baseball. But definitely will work around that. So if not there, I mean, I know there's been a desire to see if there's another space available for the farmers market to allow it to grow. But we'd have to look at the logistics of that. But never say never on allowing the stadium to play host to that, maybe 1 week in a month.
If somebody does want to rent out the stadium for an event or something like that, because Jamie, I don't know about the farmers market, but I do know some people, they do fall markets, they do winter markets, they do things like that, like where you can have a bunch of different boutiques or businesses. What is the cost to rent that stadium? Is it like a flat cost, or is that a parks department ask?
Well,
how much does it cost?
So you could contact the parks department, but with the use agreement that we have right now, it was previously the Jackrabbits organization, but now this summer there was the extension made to the contract that we have with Bullpen Tournaments out at Championship Park, and so Bullpen is managing that. So they would get connected with a representative from Bullpen Tournaments or Bullpen Sports to see the availability and price for that. I know there was a nonprofit that contacted Bullpen about having a benefit softball game, and I believe they were being charged or being quoted $300 for the event, and that was, I think, like a 3 or 4 hour block for that softball game. So
$100 an hour ish, something like that.
Probably, yeah. I don't know what the specific. Then they again would be connected with Bullpen.
Gotcha. Okay. Just curious. All right. Those are the questions we had today from the pre-show and the live chat. Thank you for sending in those questions. We deeply appreciate it. If you have a question for next week's show, if you're watching this on replay, leave it in the chat wait, there is no show next week. We will be off next week. So if you have a question for
the July
next week,
14th.
July 14th, yeah.
Show.
July 14th show. Both of us are going to be out of town.
So Linda, that could be a long one, because if we got 2 weeks worth of questions, that could be a long
3-hour show. Buckle in, folks. Here
Look
we
out.
go.
Order pizza.
Yeah. But if you have a question for the next show that we do, which will not be next Monday, but the one Monday after that, leave it in the chat below, or we'll post something on the Monday of that morning where you can go to the Kokomo Post on Facebook page and ask your question there. So thank you for the questions today. Mr. Rainer, do you have a dad joke for us?
This Friday, you already mentioned, we celebrate our nation's independence. And so thinking back to the year of 1776, do you know what the most popular dance was then?
No.
It was the Independence Dance.
Ah, that's good.
Thanks.
July 4th.
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. Thanks for watching this episode of the Mayor Tyler Moore Show here on the Kokomo Post, partnered with Robert Miller & Son Furniture. Go in there today, up to 35% if you do all the things right. 35% off tonight at Robert Miller & Son. Get you some furniture. Great outdoor furniture, too. If you're looking for something for 4th of July, go check them out for that. But yeah, thanks for watching this episode. We'll see you next time.
See you, Kokomo.